Part 9. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 84. Hello Sister Suxian. Situ Jingxiang, an adult little Lolita, was lively and active. She smiled and said hello to Yesuxin, the saint of Loxia. Hello. Yesuxin replied, and then said hello to Gu Qingxiu and Murong Fei in turn. Although the two women didn't quite understand how the saintess of Loxia, who had always ignored such things, could change her attitude, they both responded politely. Then, a group of people walked into the gilded imperial city, the outer city. As they entered, the dark crowd behind them no longer wanted to envy Qin Changshen, because they could also enter the viewing area. The outer city of the gilded imperial city was prepared for the summit, so there were no ordinary buildings and the whole building was in the shape of a zigzag. People coming in from all directions will eventually gather into 4 directions and 4 areas. And merged with the southeast area is naturally the Dongbian city next door, which is where the demon sect gathers. At this time, the audience from Dongbian city came in. When they saw Qin Changshen and others, they were naturally sighing and surprised. Because this time, Qin Changshen was not only surrounded by concubine Murong and Gu Qingxiu, but also by the saint of Loxia and the saint of Dongxiu. You can imagine how shocked everyone was. However, Qin Changshen ignored them and continued walking forward, arriving at the central area. Here, Holy Lord Loxia, Holy Lord Dongxiu and others have all arrived. Including the one next door, the master of the demon heart demon sect, the master of the bloodthirsty demon sect, etc. Suxian, why are you so slow? Come and take a seat. As soon as she arrived in this area, Yesuxin was scolded by Holy Lord Loxia. Yesuxin said softly, "Excuse me," and walked over. Young Master Changshen, since Holy Lord Qingyun has not come over, please sit with us. Dongxiu Holy Master Situ Hanhai stood up and greeted Qin Changshen with a smile. Qin Changshen nodded, led everyone over, and sat down one by one. Young Master, take a look at the great holy masters around here. What do you think? He. After sitting down, concubine Murong leaned against Qin Changshen's ear and laughed in a low voice. The faint fragrance of orchids made Qin Changshen's ears itch. Gu Qingxiu was beside her, and her eyes were also beautiful. There was something inexplicable. Unknown emotions. The people around here were all robbed by the 3 of them. But they all sat together. I don't have any thoughts, I'm only interested in the saint. Qin Changshen said indifferently. The 2 girls were stunned. This guy has really had enough. At this time, he only thinks about the saint? And what makes the 2 girls collapse even more is, after Qin Changshen said those words, he stood up directly and looked at the row of seats next door. There were only 2 young women there. One of them had long blood-red hair, a voluptuous figure, and a smile on his face. With a wicked smile, her beautiful red lips seemed to be dripping with blood. She was the kind of girl who looked very wild at first glance. And the other one had an expressionless face, looking at everything coldly, with a look in her eyes. The woman in black with a stern expression seemed to think that the people around her were a bunch of dead people in her eyes. These 2 people must be the 2 saints from the bloodthirsty demon sect and the heartless demon sect. This young man, are you looking at me? Feeling Qin Changshen's gaze, the saint of the bloodthirsty demon sect turned around, gave Qin Changshen a wink, stuck out her tongue, and licked her red lips. Yes, I have long heard that the fairies of the bloodthirsty demon sect are extremely enchanting. This is not the first time that I have seen them, so I am quite curious. Yeah? What did the young master think after reading it? The saint of the bloodthirsty demon sect raised her eyebrows and said, "My feeling is, of course, I feel so close to the fairy." Qin Changshen said with a calm face. Concubine Murong and Gu Qingxiu curled their lips when they heard this. This bad guy is so shameless. He actually said such a thing in public. Okay, since the young master is willing, you can come find me at my bloodthirsty demon sect's residence after the summit is over. The bloodthirsty saint was not afraid of anything, and said with a smile to Qin Changsheng. But, people who really know her will know. This girl is very cruel, and kills people at every turn. Qingyun Saint, if Zi really dares to provoke her, maybe she will even dare to kill the Holy Sun. Unfortunately, Qin Changsheng is not the Holy Sun Qingyun, let alone the bloodthirsty witch. Because Qin Changsheng's goal is, to steal got her. The conversation between Qin Changsheng and the bloodthirsty saint also attracted the attention of everyone present, including the several demon sect masters over there, as well as the demon sect saints. Those demon sect masters rely on their status, so naturally they won't care about this. But those three holy sons of the demon sect can't stand it. Damn, who is this pretty boy? He dares to tease even that little witch from your bloodthirsty demon sect. Holy Sun Qingyun, he has a title of his own. What is he called? The young master of immortality. Why are there so many stunning women around that guy? That's why you didn't see him just now, right? Even Yesuxin from Loxia Holy Land is following him. This guy is a bit evil. Wait a minute, who is the woman in red next to him? Why does it look familiar to me? Kilian Fairy Murong concubine, why did she get involved with that guy? Doesn't the Scarlet Demon Sect not participate in such summits? Several demon sect saints were originally discussing Qin Changsheng. Suddenly they discovered that concubine Murong next to Qin Changsheng was even more shocked. The Kilian demon sect is also a very powerful figure among these demon sections. The existence of coldness rarely attend parties. But they would still know concubine Murong. After all, the bloodline of this little witch caused a huge sensation at that time. Seeing that concubine Murong was actually sitting next to Qin Changsheng, and she was very close to her, she would whisper and laugh into Qin Changsheng's ears from time to time, which made these holy sons of the demon sect look very ugly. We, the demon sect's people, have always been the ones to molest the saint of the Holy Land. When did a guy appear who dared to molest our demon sect's saint? And not only did this guy tease the bloodthirsty saint, he also had a red-trained saint by his side. More arrogant than us. Thinking of this, one of the holy sons couldn't sit still and came straight to Qin Changsheng. Are you the Holy Sun Qingyun? The demon sect's holy son was very tall. After he came to Qin Changsheng, he lowered his head and asked with a sneer. Don't say that Holy Master Qingyun is not here. Even here, he is not panic at all. Qingyun Holy Land has declined in recent years. What's it like? He's almost at the bottom of the Gilded Realm. Who are you? Qin Changsheng asked back. I am the holy son of the beast-controlling demon sect, the majestic mountain and river. When they heard this name, Qin Changsheng and the two girls were stunned. The beast control sect? Isn't this the first sect that was completely wiped out by the three of them? Why is there another sect? The sun is alive. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 85. Beast-controlling demon sect. It's the beast-controlling demon sect without a saint. Tisk tisk. Qin Changsheng shook his head. Qin Changsheng was just wondering, why there were three young men over there. Shouldn't the bloodthirsty demon sect and the heartless demon sect be two saints and two saints? Hearing the self-introduction of the person in front of him, Qin Changsheng finally understood. It turns out that the beast-controlling demon sect without a saint, and a saint's son came here, so they were not destroyed together with the beast-control demon sect. That's right, our beast-controlling demon sect has not established the position of saintess. Hearing Qin Changsheng's words, the holy son of the beast-controlling demon sect was a little confused and didn't know why this guy said that. What confused him even more was Qin Changsheng's second sentence. What I hate most in my life is that there is no sect without a saint. Hearing Qin Changshan's words, the eyes of Beastmaster Xiangshan He were so angry that they almost burst out. What do you mean? He really couldn't understand where this good-for-nothing holy son had the confidence to say such things. In terms of the strength of the section, Qingyun Holy Land cannot do it. In terms of personal talent, this good-for-nothing holy son with an acquired physique can't even do it. I mean, a sect without a saint is not a serious section. There is no need to exist at all. Qin Changsheng said calmly. Everyone behind him booed. This holy son Qingyun is so arrogant. How dare he say that there is no need for the existence of the beast-controlling demon sect? No need to exist. Haha, boy, your tone is quite serious. Even if Holy Lord Qingyun is here, he would not dare to say such words. Is it possible that you still want to destroy my beast-controlling demon sect? The pre-sale saint laughed angrily. Maybe it has been destroyed. Qin Changsheng chuckled. Everyone was even more ashamed. Is this guy crazy? Does he really dare to say anything? Has the beast-controlling demon sect been destroyed? Just when the beast-controlling saint was so angry that he even had a faint seizure, from the high platform in the central area, an old man's voice came from. Everyone, welcome to the Gilded Imperial City to participate in this year's sect summit of major holy lands. Hearing this voice, the anger of the beast-controlling son was forcibly suppressed by him, and he returned to his seat. The summit officially began. Since it is a grand event for exchanges between major sects, it is natural that there will be some sharing and exchange of resources. So the first item of the summit is the auction. On the stage, an old man with white hair and beard spoke a few words, and then the auction began. For this link, Qin Changsheng is not very interested. But what he didn't expect was that, the first auction item that came up made him instantly interested. This is an ancient space spiritual treasure, the Zhangkong Ring. Different from our ordinary storage rings that store magic weapons, the internal space of this Zhangkong Ring is 10 miles in radius. It can not only store items, but also serve as a portable palace where you can live directly, just like the outside world. The old man was holding a black ring with a simple system in his hand and introduced it. Qin Changsheng looked at this thing, and couldn't help but his eyes lit up. This is simply a good thing tailor-made for himself. His goal is to plunder saints from major holy places. But it's troublesome to bring these people with you every time. 1 or 2 is fine. What if there are more than a dozen, dozens, or even hundreds in the future? There is also this crazy plan this time. A very melancholy question for Qin Changsheng is, where to put so many saints after robbing them? And this little ring solved his problem. The starting price of the hidden sky ring is 100,000 spirit stones, and each increase in price must not be less than 10,000. Everyone can bid. On the high platform, the old man has finished the introduction and started the bidding mode. I'll give you 100,000. The beast-controlling saint son was the first to shout. As a member of the beast-controlling demon sect, he likes things that can store living things the most. Monster beast bags and spirit beast bags, although they can also be stored, but the space inside is small and crowded, and there is no aura. This thing is undoubtedly the same as the outside world. If your own monsters are placed in it, they can also practice and grow. This is definitely a good thing for the people of the beast control sect. After paying the price, the beast controlling saint was quite confident. Because although this thing is magical, it is only a space magic weapon after all, not an attack and killing weapon. Many people don't need this kind of thing at all. 100,000 spirit stones, but it's a large amount of money. Wouldn't it be better to use it to purchase other combat skills, exercises, or attack and killing magic weapons? However, 110,000. A faint voice sounded. It was Qin Changsheng. 200,000. The beast-controlling demon sect glared at this side and doubled the price, showing that he was determined to win. 210,000. Qin Changshen was still very casual and added another 10,000. 300,000. The holy son of the beast-controlling demon sect added another 100,000. 310,000. Qin Changshen still kept up with 10,000. This time, the eyes of the beast-controlling son were about to spit out fire again. Everyone around, including people in the other three areas, also looked here with great curiosity. Although there are many good things in this auction, the price is actually not low, 100,000 spirit stones. It's okay for the sect's holy land, but for some small sections. This may be the sum of all the wealth of a sect. And for casual cultivators, 100,000 spirit stones is a very huge amount. And now, this thing has been directly increased to more than 300,000. Is Saint Qingyun raising the price on purpose to take revenge on the beast-controlling saint? This guy, why does he feel more arrogant than the people from the demon sect? Besides, if you raise the price like this, aren't you afraid that the thing will fall into your hands? This is more than 300,000 spiritual stones. Even a sect holy land would not dare to squander it like this. But Qin Changshen's thoughts are different from theirs. Lingxi. Is this thing edible? There is nothing else. What I like most is this thing. The third update, please customize and order in full. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 86. This little waste. On the side of the beast-controlling saint's son, when he heard Qin Changshen's call for 310,000, he became furious again. He only brought a total of 300,000 spirit stones with him. This was because he wanted to participate in the summit. From then on, obtained from the sect's treasury. Otherwise, he usually wouldn't even have 100,000 with him. But he is determined to get this thing. Even if he buys it at a higher price, his father will not blame him if he knows about it. So, the beast control Saint Zi walked to the side of the leader of the bloodthirsty demon sect and said a few words respectfully. 350,000. The beast-controlling saint spoke again. 360,000. When I heard the price increase style, it was obvious that it was Qin Changshen. 400,000. 410,000. 500,000. This is the beast-controlling saint's last trump card. The bloodthirsty sect leader only agreed to lend him 200,000 spirit stones. As for the leader of the heartless demon section, the beast-controlling saint's son didn't dare to lend it. That's a bit scary. 510,000. There was no hesitation in Qin Changshen's voice at all. Boom. The beast-controlling saint, Xiang Shanhe, slapped the table angrily. I don't believe it, you, a little holy son, can carry so many spiritual stones. But soon, the beast-controlling saint was dumbfounded. Someone sent the Zhangkong ring to Qin Changshen. Qin Changshen glanced at Gu Qingxiu, who nodded, and with a wave of his hand, he released 510,000 spirit stones, and made a small pile in front of him. Others were also a little dumbfounded. The holy son Qingyun actually bought this thing and spent 510,000 spiritual stones. It's just a space magic weapon. Isn't it too expensive to buy it just to get angry? However, the old man on the stage didn't take it seriously and started the auction of the second lot directly. This second auction item is a super-grade spiritual weapon, the Thunder Sword. Super-grade is above the 9th grade, and everyone naturally understands its power. The starting price is 200,000 spirit stones, and each increase in price shall not be less than 10,000. I'll pay 200,000. 300,000. 500,000. This time, as soon as it started, someone started bidding in the next area. Supergrade spiritual energy is very rare for major sects and holy places. There seem to be no more than 5 in the entire gilded domain. The starting price set this time was not high, but the appeal of this thing was much greater than the Zhangkong ring just now, and it was available to everyone, so it was quickly raised to 500,000. And the person calling out the price was none other than the cold holy son of the Wuxan demon section. He made the call under the instruction of the Wuxan sect master, otherwise he himself would not have so many spiritual stones. When the Wuxan demon sect called out this price, many sects stopped. On the one hand, it was because the price should be very high. On the other hand, just because of the Wuxan demon section. This sect is famous for its ruthless people, and not many sects, and many sects in the Holy Land do not want to provoke them. Just when everyone thought this auction was about to be finalized. A super spiritual weapon, the Thunder Sword. King Xiu, this long sword seems to suit your physique. Qin Changshen's voice suddenly sounded. 510,000. That's right, this guy started bidding again, and he increased it by 10,000. Everyone was ashamed. Does this holy son Qingyun have too many spiritual stones and no place to spend them? Even if you have many spiritual stones, don't compete with the people from the Wuxan demon sect. 600,000. Wuxan holy son spoke again. 610,000. 700,000. 710,000. After 4 consecutive bids, the price came to 710,000. People from the 4 areas gathered their eyes again and started talking about it. This Qingyun Holy Land, many people know that it is just a declining holy land. But where did this holy son Qingyun get the courage and confidence to be so arrogant? 800,000. The Wuxan demon sect made another bid. But this time the bidder was the leader of the Wuxan demon sect himself. The meaning was obvious. I want this thing. Although they were bidding, the Wuxan demon sect was bidding. The sect leader's voice has made many people feel chills all over. This time, that guy should know what to do. 810,000. Qin Changshen's lazy voice sounded again. Everyone's expressions had simply turned into horror. If you are looking for death, don't look for it like this. Let's not say that your holy Lord Qingyun is not here. Even if he is here, I am afraid he will have to give in to the Wuxan demon sect. You, a little Qingyun saint, actually dare to challenge the leader of the Wuxan demon sect? Snort. With a cold snort, the Wuxan demon sect stopped bidding. A long blue sword with lightning flashing on its surface was sent to Qin Changshen. Qin Changshen handed it directly to Gu Qingxiu. This sword is very compatible with Gu Qingxiu's innate immortal spirit body, both possessing the power of thunder. Thank you, sir. Gu Qingxiu said gratefully while holding the spirit stone. Although she knew that Qin Changshen had many spiritual stones. But Qin Changshen was willing to take pictures of the sword for himself, which still made Gu Qingxiu feel very warm in his heart. No one has ever been so unhesitating. It's so easy on yourself. Oops, the young master is so kind to Sister Qingxiu. Murong Fei said with a pout on the side, obviously expressing her jealousy. Of course, this kind of overt jealousy is more like coquettishness. Don't worry, I treat everyone equally. Wait for the third item, no matter what it is, I will take a picture for you. Qin Changshen waved his hands. When everyone heard the sentence, they doubted their ears even more. This guy actually still wanted to take pictures. How many spiritual stones did he bring? Generally speaking, a holy place, their heritage is only about 10 million spirit stones. However, they cannot tamper with these heritages at will, otherwise how can the entire sect maintain its operation? Therefore, even if they know that there is an auction here, Each of these holy lord sect masters will bring. I'm afraid the spiritual stones only cost 1 million to several million. Qin Changshen took 2 pictures in a row and already spent more than 1.3 million. He actually wanted to take a third one? How many spirit stones did he bring with him? Could it be that they were more than those brought by the sect masters? They would never have thought that. The secrets of the 7 sects were all kept here by Qin Changshen. Those sect masters did not dare to spend them randomly. The spirit stone. Qin Changshen spends it without any pressure. Because this thing is simply not easy for him. When he wants to get it in the future, he can just grab a few more sect holy lands. The most important thing is, Qin Changshen also has a bold idea. How will he spend the spiritual stones, and how will he get them back when the time comes? The 4th update, please customize and order in full. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 87. This third lot is also a super-grade spiritual weapon, the Fire Spirit War Armor, which can change its form and has extremely strong protective power. Just like the Benlay longsword just now, the starting price is 200,000 spirit stones, and each increase in price must not be less than 10,000. As soon as the third lot was released, Qin Changshen couldn't help but laugh. This thing is a fiery red armor, tailor-made for Murong concubine. Red is the color that the little witch-like Murong concubine likes best. The color of love. The fire attribute is also Murong Fair's natal attribute. Concubine, I'll leave it to you to bid for this auction. Qin Changshen directly handed over the auction rights of this item to concubine Murong. Thank you, sir. Murong concubine said with a smile. She also took a fancy to this fire spirit armor at a glance. Although it was only 1 level higher than the armor she was wearing. But the power difference at this level was huge. 200,000. 300,000. 500,000. 600,000. This battle armor is obviously very popular. There are constant bids from the 4 regions. In a blink of an eye, it reaches 600,000. It is called by a sect's holy place in the northern region. 610,000. Murong Fair's voice sounded, everyone, it's that guy again. Although it's a different person, the price increase style is not too familiar. You said he has a lot of spiritual stones, each time the price increase is 10,000, definitely not more than 1. You said he has very few spiritual stones, he has already spent 1.3 million, and he still dares to scream again. 700,000. In the northern region, bidding has started. 710,000. Concubine Murong continued to shout. 800,000. 810,000. 1 million. The people on the other side, the bidding voices were already very angry. The price of 200,000 yuan was increased to 1 million, if they didn't really like this protective armor, they would definitely stop bidding. 1 million and 1 million. Murong Fair's voice still sounded, without any emotion. It feels like shouting, like $101, the clouds are calm and the wind is gentle. The red-clothed fairy in the eastern region, can you give me a favor to the Holy Son of Zhoutian? I want to take a picture and give it to the Holy Lady of Zhoutian Holy Land. Over in the northern area, a Holy Son spoke directly. Zhoutianshen Land has the same status as the Loxia Holy Land in the eastern region. They are both the premier existences in the gilded domain. Face? What is this? Sorry, my young master gave this to me, I will definitely take it. Murong concubine said unceremoniously. When everyone heard Murong concubine's words, they were in chaos again. That is Zhoutian Holy Land. Good, very good, Qingyuan Holy Land, right? I worship the Holy Land, remember it? From the northern area, a vicious voice came, and there was no more bidding. Then, the fiery red armor was sent to Qin Changsheng. Concubine Murong quickly took out 1,000,000 and 1,000,000 spiritual stones and handed them to the other party. Seeing that Qin Changsheng actually brought out more than 1,000,000 spirit stones, everyone really started to doubt their lives. This guy probably doesn't have any spiritual stones anymore. The auction is still going on. This time, what the old man took out was a golden shuttle-shaped magic weapon. This fourth auction item was taken out by the Lord of the Gilded Realm, a mysterious weapon named Tizad. This mysterious weapon is a sharp weapon that can break down barriers and lift formations. If used by a strong person in the Qi realm, it can break through the mountain protecting formations of ordinary sects' holy lands. As soon as the old man finished introducing this thing, there was an uproar in the four areas. Xianbing. This turned out to be a mysterious weapon. Above the spiritual weapon, there is the mysterious weapon. If we talk about super-grade spiritual weapons, the number in the entire gilded domain is extremely small. The number of mysterious soldiers is almost non-existent. No one expected that the Lord of the Gilded Realm would bring out such a good thing at this summit. Moreover, the introduction of this thing is also extremely powerful. The mountain-breaking formation. The sect's holy land with this thing will be a great threat to other sects' holy places. When Qin Changsheng heard the introduction of this thing, he was speechless again. I had no interest in today's auction. Everything that pops up seems to be carefully prepared for me. Potisuo. This is simply a weapon used to rob the Holy Maiden and rob the Holy Land. With this thing, when I go to rob the major sects' holy places and rob the saints, I don't need to find a way to sneak in through the mountain gate. Just go down with a shuttle, break through the mountain guarding formation, and go straight to Huanglong. Young master, I know you are moved again. Gu Qingxiu said with a wry smile on the side. She knew that this thing had a fatal temptation for Qin Changsheng, who liked to rob various sects. Looking at concubine Murong next to her, her beautiful eyes were already staring at the broken sky shuttle. Can't move away. This is also a robbery fanatic. The starting price for this mysterious weapon is 1,000,000 spirit stones. Each price increase is not less than 10,000. When it came to the price increase rules, the old man paused for a moment. The reason why this rule was formulated was because he didn't want people to mess around with hundreds or thousands of dollars. But in general, in sect holy lands, price increases are very generous. Basically the minimum price will be increased by 50,000, so no matter how good the product is, the minimum price increase rules are just casually made, starting from 10,000. Who would have thought that a weird thing will pop up today? Just add one every time 10,000. However, he cannot change the previously established rules without authorization. And he also feels that Holy Sun Qingyun should not have any more spiritual stones to shoot. After all, more than 2 million have been spent. Those sect leaders, the Holy Lord came in person and only brought so many spiritual stones with him. 1,100,000. 1.2 million. 150,000. 1.6 million. This broken Tizat is indeed very attractive to all major sects. After all, no one wants something like this that can break through the mountain protecting formation to fall into the hands of others. Including the Loxia Holy Land in the eastern region, the bloodthirsty demon sect, and the heartless demon sect, all have joined the bidding list. 1.8 million. The Holy Master of Loxia Holy Land offered the highest price of 1.8 million. This time, the bidding stopped. Many Holy Land sects may not have brought so many spiritual stones. In addition, Loxia the Holy Land is also an extremely powerful sect in the entire gilded domain. Their holy son is an innate killing spirit who is one of the 10 most powerful spirits. His future achievements are limitless. Many sects also have it would give Loxia Holy Land some face. Regarding this, Holy Lord Loxia was very satisfied and thought that this thing should be obtained soon. However, that devilish voice sounded again. 1.81 million. The fifth update, please customize and order in full. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 88. It's him again. This holy son King Yun must be crazy. Dare to offend Loxia Holy Land. He has gone crazy a long time ago. The previous beast-controlling demon sect, Wuxan demon sect, Jotian Holy Land, plus the current Loxia Holy Land, he is going to offend me again. If Holy Lord King Yun knew about it, he would probably be angry to death. He didn't even dare to offend so many sect holy places. Newborn calves are not afraid of tigers. But I'm very surprised, where did this guy get so many spiritual stones? He couldn't have emptied out the entire King Yun Holy Land. Hearing Qin Changshen's bid again, the crowd onlookers could no longer describe their mood in words. Including people from the other three areas, they didn't know anyone from King Yun Holy Land before, but now they all know that there is a man coming from King Yun Holy Land, the madman like King Yun Holy Son. King Yun Holy Land? Very good, 1.9 million. Holy Master Loxia said in a deep voice and continued to quote. However, the tone of the name was obviously threatening. 1.91 million. Qin Changshen continued to say casually. In fact, he really wanted to tell Holy Lord Loxia. You really don't need to take this thing, because, your sect's holy land is gone. And I used it to take pictures of this. The spiritual stones of things are part of the contribution of your holy land. It seems, your holy land has the largest total reserve, more than 20 million. How many millions have you taken out? Can it be compared to the total reserve? You are very good. Holy Lord Loxia gave Qin Changshen a cold look and said in a cold voice. Thank you Holy Lord Loxia for your compliment, I am indeed very good. Qin Changshen said with a calm face. Everyone had a dark look on their faces. Brother, do you think they are praising you? They are threatening you. This sixth lot is still a mysterious weapon, named Xiantian Sword. This sword is the weapon of a strong man in the Union Realm, and was accidentally obtained by the Lord of the Gilded Realm. In addition, this mysterious weapon has already entered the grade. It is a third-grade mysterious weapon, so the starting price is 5 million spirit stones. On the high platform, the old man took out another auction item. It turned out to be a long sword with a simple shape and an ink-colored body. But if you look closely, you will find that this long sword is extraordinary. It is not ink black. But the whole body of the long sword has been tearing apart the surrounding world, thus forming an illusion of ink black. Listening to the old man's introduction again, everyone was even more shocked. The high-grade Xianbing is better than the broken sky shuttle just now, even stronger. And this is the weapon of a strong man in the Union Realm. You know, the Lord of the Gilded Realm is only in the Union Realm. People are a little crazy. This year's summit, although it was 10 years ago a grand summit. But it has been held before. But it has never been so generous. What happened this year? It was Xianbing again, and the Saint Son and Saint were invited to participate. Of course, the price of this Xiantian sword, it's also very shocking. 5 million spirit stones. It's half as much as the average sect's holy land. I'm afraid there are very few people who can participate in the auction. 5 million. In the western area, a voice sounded. Everyone looked at the sound and felt astonished. Xiantian Holy Land. A holy place with the same name as this long sword. In addition, the status of Xiantian Holy Land is undoubtedly the first in the entire gilded domain. Everyone vaguely understood why this long sword was taken out. It should be the Lord of the Guild domain who specially prepared it for Xiantian Holy Land, and he should have released the news to Xiantian Holy Land in advance. After all, Xiantian Holy Land is the strongest holy land in the Guild domain, and the previous generations who had heard of it went out. Some of the Holy Lord Xiantian in the eastern wilderness continent have already broken through to the Unity realm. As the Lord of the Gilded Domain, he will also give them some face. This time, there should be no suspense. That's right, if Xiantian Holy Land hadn't been prepared in advance, I'm afraid it wouldn't have been able to bring so many spiritual stones. You said, that guy, doesn't he still have spirit stones? It's absolutely impossible. The entire Qingyun Holy Land's foundation only adds up to 10 million spiritual stones, and he has already spent so much. That is. Besides, that is the first Holy Land, Xiantian Holy Land. If he still offends, he will really push Qingyun Holy Land into a situation of eternal disaster. Everyone in the Sifang area was talking about it. However, 5 million and 1 million. That devilish voice sounded again. Hearing this voice, everyone's expressions froze on their faces. The entire central area suddenly became quiet, and even the sound of breathing was almost gone. This guy actually dared to take pictures. My little friend, this sword has the same name as my holy land, which is a rare fate. I wonder, little friend, can I part with my love? Across the way, Holy Lord Xiantian spoke directly to Qin Changsheng. After speaking, he directly reported 6 million. Fate. Speaking of which, fate is indeed a wonderful thing. My dog was actually named Xiantian before. When I heard the name of this sword, I thought of my pet dog. So, sorry, 6 million and 1 million. Qin Changsheng replied calmly. Countless people around him were about to bite their tongues off. This Qingyun saint, what happened today? He is the strongest in the entire Gilded Domain. Holy Land, Xiantian Holy Land. The Holy Lord calls you little friend and says nice things to you, but you still don't give me face? It's fine if you don't give me face. What are you talking nonsense about? The dog's name is Xiantian? Are you not swearing? Holy Son Qingyun, have you gone too far? Opposite, a young man stood up angrily and scolded. You should be Holy Son Xiantian. Qin Changsheng asked calmly. Yes, that's me. The person on the other side responded, thinking that things had turned around. The Suanman Holy Master all calls me little friend, so we are of the same generation. When adults talk, why do children interrupt? Qin Changsheng's voice is still not loud, but everyone present has basically a cultivation level above the 5 internal organs level, so they can all hear it. But being able to hear is one thing. Being able to accept it is another. Ah, this Holy Son Qingyun is really going crazy. Holy Master Xiantian is just trying to make you stop and call you little friend. You actually really think that you are of the same generation? You ask? I ask you, Holy Lord Qingyun, if you dare to talk to Holy Lord Xiantian like this. You. Opposite, Holy Son Xiantian was furious. Qin Changsheng was thinking silently in his heart, do it quickly, do it quickly. Yes, he very much hopes that Holy Son Xiantian can take action directly. Then, he will have a reason to challenge the saints and saints of the major holy places, so as to catch them all in one fell swoop. This is also one of the reasons why he is so unscrupulous and angers other sects and holy places. The 6th update, please customize and order in full. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 89. To Qin Changsheng's great disappointment. Holy Master Xiantian reached out and stopped Holy Son Xiantian. 7 million. This is my Xiantian Holy Land's last bid. If you still have so many spirit stones in your body, I, Xiantian Holy Land, will not want this sword for the time being. Holy Lord Xiantian said with a smile. But, everyone knows very well that even if you look at him smiling, he definitely wants to kill people in his heart. No one who can sit in this position, is a good person. This sword belongs to Xiantian Holy Land, it was almost an internal decision. As long as 5 million spirit stones were needed, they should be able to securely win it. They brought 7 million with them to buy other things. But who would have thought that they would come out halfway, such a person who is not afraid of death. Moreover, the words of Holy Lord Xiantian are also very interesting. You still have so many spiritual stones, just take them. We in Xiantian Holy Land don't want it for the time being. This is just for the time being. It's intriguing. Even if you really have this sword, can you take it away? Of course, many people also have such a doubt in their minds now. Does this guy still have so many spiritual stones? 7 million and 1 million. Qin Changshen's faint voice sounded again. But when everyone heard this voice, they felt indescribable collapse. This guy actually has spirit stones, and he dares to bid. This time, not only the people in the Sifang area were stunned. The old man on the high platform was also stunned. Xiantian's sword did not fall into the hands of Xiantian Holy Land. This is between him and the gilded domain. Lord, this is something I didn't expect. But with so many people watching, what could he do? Soon, the long sword that had been devouring the world was delivered to Qin Changshen's hands. Good sword, good sword. Whenever I see the sword in the future, I will think of my dead dog. Qin Changshen took the sword and said with great satisfaction. Everyone looked at him with expressionless eyes. You are really ruthless. You took away other people's swords, and you didn't forget to accuse Sang and Hui. Gu Qingxiu on the side, as the big housekeeper, naturally took out 7.01 million spirit stones. Looking at the densely packed spirit stones piled up into a hill, the people in the Sifang area really doubted life. This guy, where did you get so many spiritual stones? The spiritual stone reserve of Qingyun Holy Land is only 10 million at most, and there is absolutely no way it can be more. But this guy spent far more than that. Go on, is there anything else good? Seeing Qin Changshen holding Xiantian's sword, concubine Murong on the side was a little jealous, and then urged the old man on the stage to see if there is anything better. Everyone was confused again. Still want to take pictures? You still have spiritual stones. And the last lot. However, this auction item is somewhat special. It can help the innate ice spirit body transform into the innate black ice spirit body, the black ice spirit fruit. The value is 10 million spiritual stones. I believe everyone didn't bring so many spiritual stones. But the Lord of the Gilded Realm said that if you want it, just say it now and you can just bring the spirit stone to get it later. The old man said, showing off the last item on the lot. It is a crystal clear fruit sealed with chalcedony. Seeing this fruit, everyone's eyes are focused on the Loxia Holy Land. The innate ice spirit body was upgraded to the innate black ice spirit body. This is simply a good baby tailor-made for Saint Luoxia, Yesuxin. Among the saints and saints present, only her spirit body is the innate ice spirit general. Just, will Holy Lord Loxia get this thing for her? 10 million spirit stones may sound exaggerated, but the price is actually not high. Because the value of this thing is really immeasurable. The innate ice spirit body is only average among physiques. As for the innate mysterious weapon spirit body, just one word of difference makes this physique enter the ranks of the top 10 most powerful spirits, and it is ranked 4th. But, with the foundation of Loxia Holy Land, the spiritual stone reserve is only 20 million. He would take half of it to improve the saint's physique, would he be willing to do so? Suxian. I know you need this very much. But, after all, the spiritual stones in our Loxia Holy Land are only over 20 million, and they are jointly owned by the entire Holy Land. I cannot squander it without authorization. Holy Lord Loxia opened his mouth to explain. Yes, Suxian understands. Yesuxin, the saint of Loxia, replied with a light smile without saying anything else. A good spiritual stone is something everyone has. Holy Lord Loxia, if he is your biological son and Holy Son Loxia needs this thing, even if it costs 20 million, you will probably buy it directly. If you don't want to give it up, you just don't want to let it go. Don't say it so grandly. Qin Changshen's voice sounded again. I don't know how many people in the 4 areas have started scratching their heads. They really doubt what they heard. What on earth is this madman going to do? Forget it, after robbing so many holy places, now he is directly attacking Holy Lord Loxia. Boy, what does the matter of my Loxia Holy Land have to do with you? If you have the ability, buy it. Yu Fei Yang, the holy son of Loxia, was angered by Qin Changshen yesterday and wanted to die. Today, when he saw his father being criticized by this guy, he said angrily, "If I buy it, I will buy it. Isn't it just 10 million spiritual stones? I want it." Qin Changshen said and gestured to Gu Qingxiu. Gu Qingxiu nodded, waved her hand. 10 million spirit stones were placed directly on the high platform. Suddenly, there were gasps in all directions. This guy actually has 10 million left? Even if Qingyun Holy Land is sold, there will not be so many spiritual stone reserves. Holy Son Qingyun, are you sure, you want to take this last item now? The old man on the stage also felt his head buzzing at this time. This thing. He and Gilded Realm didn't think about selling it. They just took the opportunity to tell Loxia Holy Land that there is this thing. Are you with them? Who would have thought, this Qingyun Holy Son would throw out 10 million spiritual stones with a wave of his hand? Why, can't you sell this to me? Qin Changshen asked back. That's not true, master, put it away. The old man said, directly handed the Xianbing spirit fruit to Qin Changshen, and then took away the 10 million spirit stones on the stage. Not bad, this thing looks like it should be delicious. Qin Changshen took a look at the black ice spirit fruit and said softly. Hearing this, everyone was sweating. Brother, there are more than 10 million spirit stones, don't do it just to taste it. The 7th update has arrived. Each chapter has a word count of about 2,300, which adds up to 16,000 updates. It's really fast, guys. Even if you want to gain weight, just click to customize. Thank you, thank you. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 90. Fairy Suxian, pick it up. Qin Changshen said with a chuckle, and threw the Xianbing spirit fruit directly to Yesuxin. At this moment, everyone's expressions froze again, and even their breathing stagnated. Including the sect masters of many sects' holy places, what he bought with tens of thousands of spirit stones, he threw it to others so lightly. Qin Changshen acted like a normal person and didn't even look at it after throwing it away. He bought this thing just for Yesuxin. In the eyes of others, only Yesuxin, the saint of Loxia, is the most useful in this thing. But, Qin Changshen is an exception. Only Yesuxin is the most useful? No, Qin Changshen is more useful than her. She, after eating the black ice spirit fruit, one can transform from an ordinary innate ice spirit body into one of the 10 most powerful spiritual bodies, the innate black ice spirit body. And Qin Changshen, the reward he can get is 10 times the innate ice spirit. Xianbing spirit body. Don't say it only requires 10 million spirit stones. Even if it requires 20 million, 50 million, or even 100 million spirit stones, Qin Changshen will definitely buy it. His own upgrade experience is the most important. As for the spirit stone, in my eyes, it's really just a number. Crazy, this guy must be crazy. He spent 10 million spirit stones to buy the Xianbing spirit fruit, and he actually gave it to the Saint of Loxia. I originally thought that I was going to buy this product and wait for it to be sold to the Saint of Loxia at a high price. I didn't expect that he just gave it away. And he threw it away so casually. Could it be that this lunatic wants to win the favor of Saintess Loxia? But the price is too high. No, the bigger price here is that he completely offended the Loxia Holy Land. That's right, Holy Lord Loxia is not willing to buy things to give to Holy Lady Loxia. This guy buys them and gives them as gifts. Isn't this a slap in the face of Holy Lord Loxia? And Saint Son of Loxia, he originally pursued Saint Lady of Loxia, but was always rejected. Now she is even more looked down upon by the Saintess of Loxia. This madman is driving me crazy. Me too, my mind is filled with 10 million spiritual stones and the question of how to survive after offending so many sects and holy places. In the four directions, everyone's expressions froze for a long time, and after they stopped breathing for a long time, they started talking wildly. Although we had known for a long time that this summit would involve saints and saints, it should be very lively and unusual. But everyone, I never expected that it would be so crazy and unusual. And, the source of all the madness turned out to be a little known Kingyun Holy Sun, known as the Waste Holy Sun. Everyone, this auction ends here. Before everyone's emotions had calmed down, the old man on the high platform announced. Everyone was stunned for a moment, and then discovered another question: an auction? What was just held was an auction. It was obviously Kingyun, the Holy Sun's one-man buying convention. From the beginning to the end, it seemed like he was the only one buying things. None of the auction items fell into the hands of anyone else. This guy is really ruthless. At this time, the old man on the stage had spoken again. The second content of the summit is related to the saints and saints. Everyone must be curious as to why the Lord of the Gilded Realm specifically mentioned that all saints and saints should attend this summit. The reason is that the Lord of the Gilded Domain also got a very strange thing during his last trip to the Eastern Wasteland. This is a small world called Linglong Immortal Mansion. According to rumors, this is a cave left by an ancient immortal, with endless opportunities inside. But the requirement for entering is that the bone age is under 30 years old. Therefore, the Lord of the Gilded Realm asked all the saints and saints to come here because he was prepared to share this opportunity. The old man on the stage said, and took out something like a crystal pendant in his hand. It seemed like an ordinary thing. But with the injection of the old man's true energy, the crystal pendant suddenly turned into a small world, flying in mid-air. The world barrier of that small world is as transparent as crystal. From the outside, it looks like it has a radius of hundreds of miles inside, but it is shrouded in a layer of black mist. A crystal portal shines with the same light, attracting everyone's attention. Seeing this small world, Qin Changshen was stunned again. My plan was disrupted again. However, the reason why Qin Changshen was stunned was not that his plan was disrupted, but because the appearance of this thing allowed him to directly implement his second plan, which was to catch them all in one fell swoop. Aren't all saints and saints under the age of 30 allowed to enter? This is simply the rhythm of throwing all your experience packages together and letting yourself eat them. All saints and saints, those with a bone age of less than 30 years old, can enter now. The old man on the stage announced. As soon as he finished speaking, there were already many saints and saints from the Holy Land flying away. Since the Lord of the Gilded Realm said this was a good thing, it couldn't be wrong. Everyone is looking forward to whether they can get their own opportunity in it. Bone age is 20, cultivation level, first level of Danyuan realm. Bone age is 19, cultivation level, first level of Danyuan realm. Bone age 25, cultivation level, alchemy realm second level. When every saint son and saint girl enters, their bone age and cultivation level will flash on the crystal portal. In addition, every move they make when entering it will also appear, even their voices, if they are running true energy. If you listen, you can hear it clearly, which is very magical. The only thing that worries everyone is, after entering here, the location seems to be random. Whenever someone appears, the surrounding fog will dissipate, the environment there is also displayed. And, their voices can be heard talking to each other outside, but the outside voices cannot be heard inside. In other words, they cannot go as a team, they can only fight individually, and they cannot get help from outside. Holy Son King Yun, as far as I know, you should be 26 years old, so you meet the conditions for entry. Do you want to explore the secrets with me? Northern Region. The Holy Son of Zhoutian Holy Land suddenly spoke to Qin Changsheng. Everyone was shocked when they heard this. Here it comes. Here comes the problem this ruthless man will face after going crazy. The Holy Son of Zhoutian proposed an invitation at this time. How could he want to explore the secrets with Qin Changsheng? It is obvious that he wants to take the opportunity to deal with Qin Changsheng inside. The outer city and inner city of the Gilded Domain fighting is strictly prohibited. But in that small world, there are obviously no restrictions. Suddenly, everyone's eyes focused on Qin Changsheng. Does this guy dare to agree? Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 91. Holy Son King Yun, I also want to enter the secret realm of the exquisite immortal mansion with you. In the opposite area, Holy Son Xiantian followed closely behind Holy Son Zhoutian and said. And I, Sage King Yun, don't you dare. The beast-controlling saint on the side also said something. I feel, Master Changsheng is so heroic, he would never do such a cowardly thing. The Holy Son of Loxia Yufi Yang, also stood up. There was also the cold Holy Son of the Wuxan demon section. Although he didn't say anything, his eyes were already staring at Qin Changsheng. As for the sect leaders and the Holy Masters, there was no intention to stop him, and he was just looking for a good show. At this moment, hundreds of thousands of Taoist eyes were focused on Qin Changsheng. Everyone knew what the Saint Sons had planned. This crazy Holy Son King Yun not only made everyone angry, but also a huge treasure house. All the auction items today are on him, and he has an unknown number of spiritual stones. If you kill this guy inside, you can make a lot of money in an instant. But, does this guy dare to go in? Besides, even if he doesn't dare to go in, will everything be fine? He has offended so many people, as long as he left the outer city of the Gilded Imperial City. Those people in the sect's Holy Land might not be able to help but take action. Even those who have nothing to do with Qin Changsheng, I don't know how many people are eyeing this big treasure house. Even King Yun Saint the Lord has arrived, and there is absolutely no way he can be saved. What he has on him, is enough to cause King Yun Holy Land to be destroyed. And what makes everyone speechless is, so many people are looking at him, so many holy sons he was talking to him. But this guy ignored him, as if he didn't hear anything. He was minding his own business with the Zhangkong ring, Poshinshuo and Xiantian sword in his hand, and was playing with it casually. Not bad, they are all good things. While playing with it, this guy actually muttered. Everyone was dumbfounded. Could it be a good thing? Those few things of yours are as good as the foundation of a sect's holy land, okay. What is going on in this lunatic's head? What? Why is it that he is not in the same world as everyone else? There is actually another person who is also not in the same world as everyone else. That is the saint of Loxia Holy Land, Yesuxin. Just now Qin Changsheng threw the Xianbing spirit fruit over. After she subconsciously took it in her hand, she fell into a state of chaos. When she saw the Xianbing spirit fruit for the first time, the excitement in her heart was definitely stronger than anyone else present. But after hearing the words of Holy Lord Loxia, her heart fell to the bottom again. Although she had long thought that Holy Lord King Yun would not be willing to buy it for herself. But the things to upgrade her physical fitness were clearly in front of her, but she only missing out made her feel extremely disappointed, even desperate. But at this moment, Qin Changshen's series of operations pulled her up from the bottom of the valley again. This man, actually spent an entire day casually. Tens of millions of spirit stones were spent to buy the Xianbing spirit fruit, and he gave it to himself so casually. But he had not yet agreed to the question he asked yesterday. After Yesuxin came back to her senses, she noticed the strangeness in the scene. After thinking for a moment, she understood what everyone meant. Then, she stood up and walked to Qin Changsheng. Mr. Changsheng, thank you for the Xianbing spirit fruit. I, Yesuxin, have nothing to repay. I can only promise that if I meet you inside, I will fight to the death to keep you safe. If you violate this oath, you will no longer have access to the Great Path and will not be reincarnated. Yesuxin said word by word. When everyone around them heard it, they took a breath, especially those saints who provoked Qin Changsheng, and their faces froze. Yesuxin actually made such an oath to protect that guy. You know, although Yesuxin's qualifications are the worst among all the saints and saints, but her cultivation level is the highest among them all. Even the Saint Qiantian is only at the Danyuan realm, it's just the seventh heaven. Otherwise, she wouldn't be able to secure her position as the Saint of Loxia. Although she has gained through hard training, her combat power is real. And because of her perseverance that exceeds that of a strong man, Loxia, the foundation of the saint, is extremely solid, her combat power is very strong. If she wants to protect Qin Changsheng, and protect her with all her life. If other people want to kill him inside, I'm afraid it will be really difficult. Suexian, don't get involved in other people's affairs. Holy Lord Loxia stopped him from the side. Now, he was filled with anger. That boy just didn't give him any face, and later he even slapped himself hard in the face. And the saint of his own family, actually want to help her? Holy Lord, please forgive me for not being able to do it. Even if you take away my position as a saint today, I will fight to the death to protect her in return. Yesuxin said firmly. Everyone was dumbfounded. She actually didn't even listen to the words of Holy Lord Loxia. This shows how determined she is to protect that guy. Even if she doesn't become a saint, it doesn't matter. The face of Holy Lord Loxia, it was extremely ugly at this time. The saints of the major holy places, looked even more ugly. And at this moment, a lazy voice that sounded very familiar to everyone, but also very uncomfortable sounded. Fairy Suexian, I appreciate your kindness, but I don't need your protection. I just need to protect myself. Qin Changsheng said calmly. Everyone was dumbfounded. This guy actually refused. Where did he get the confidence? Holy Sun Qingyun is quite a man. I hope you didn't say that because you weren't ready to go in. Next door, Holy Sun Zhou teased coldly. Don't worry, if you don't go in, I will too. It's just that I'm afraid I'll go in first, you don't dare to go in. Qin Changsheng sneered. Okay, then I'll wait for you inside. If you don't dare to come in, you won't have to be a man anymore. With that said, the Holy Son of Zhou walked through the air and entered the crystal portal. Bone age, 23 years old, cultivation level, 6th level of Danyuan realm. Others, also began to enter one after another. No one knows, is there a time limit for this secret realm? It is impossible for them and Qin Changsheng to spend time here. Until the end, the Holy Son and Saint Daughter, only Yesuxin, Dongxiu Saint, and Qin Changsheng are left. As for Dongxiu Saint's son, too young and not ready to enter. Mr. Changsheng, Suexian also went in. But I will never go back on the oath Suexian made. Suexian gave Qin Changsheng a beautiful look and said. She is also a little confused now, whether this guy will go in or not. Go ahead, but I advise you, after entering, first swallow the Xianbing spirit fruit to upgrade your physique. I hope that when I see you inside, you will already be an innate black ice spirit. Qin Changsheng said. But he was thinking. If you level up, I will level up, and it will be 10 times higher. Although, according to the rules of the system, even if Yesuxin is robbed first, and then her physique is upgraded. If so, Qin Changsheng can also get 10 times the feedback. But Qin Changsheng always feels that this kind of effect may be better. Second update, please customize and order in full. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, I Robbed Millions of Saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 92. When Yesuxin heard Qin Changsheng's words, she didn't understand why he was so concerned about her physical problem. Why did she feel that he was looking forward to her physical transformation into an innate black ice spirit body? And yesterday he said that it could help him solve his physical problems. Unexpectedly, he did it today. Of course, now is not the time to think about this. Okay, it must be as you wish. Yesuxin nodded lightly and agreed. After saying that, Yesuxin also flew into the crystal portal. Bone Age, 22. Cultivation, 8th level of Danyuan realm. When this attribute appeared, many people were filled with emotion. She is worthy of being the saint of Loxia who practices the hardest. Although his qualifications are average, he has reached the 8th level of the alchemy realm at the age of 22. This is something that many proud men and women of heaven have failed to do. How much hard work she put in. What made everyone even more emotional was that after taking the Xianbing spirit fruit and upgrading to the innate Xianbing spirit body, Yesuxin's cultivation speed would reach such a terrifying level. Loxia Holy Land is actually really stingy. This saintess is definitely worth a higher level of cultivation than the saint's son. It's good now that the things they were reluctant to do were done by Saint King Yun. From Yesuxin's attitude, it can be seen that the person she is most grateful to in this life is definitely that Saint King Yun. In the end, only Qin Changsheng, Murong Fei'er, Gu Qingxiu, and Dongxiu Saint Sidu Jingxiang were left in the field. Have you written it all down? Qin Changsheng turned to concubine Murong and asked. Everyone was confused. What should they write down? Well, I wrote it down. Concubine Murong nodded and said. Okay, then you enter this Zhangkong ring, and I will take you in. Qin Changsheng said. Everyone in the 4 areas was dumbfounded. There is still such an operation? Especially the sect masters of the sect's Holy Land. After hearing Qin Changsheng's words, they suddenly realized that they were waiting for people seemed to have missed a good thing. The usefulness of this hidden sky ring is greater than they imagined. Just like this secret adventure. After the other saints entered, they were randomly scattered. And Qin, a few people in Changsheng can be together directly. With more people, the risk is smaller. If I had known this, they would probably have taken action when this ring was auctioned. Not to mention hundreds of thousands of spiritual stones, 1 million should have been taken exit. However, everyone is just a little regretful. Now that this guy has entered, it is not certain who this thing belongs to in the end. Mr. Changsheng, I also want to ask you to bring my daughter in. Holy Lord Dongxiu suddenly stood up and cupped his hands to Qin Changsheng. He had not let Holy Lady Dongxiu in, just waiting to see what Qin Changsheng would do. Now that he has discovered the purpose of the Zhangkong ring, he meant to let Dongxiu the Void Saint also enter the hidden sky ring. When the adult little Lolita Sidu Jingxiang heard this, she also had big eyes full of hope. She quite liked playing with Qin Changsheng and Murong concubine Gu Qingxiu. No problem. Looking at the big eyes of the adult little Lolita, Qin Changsheng nodded in agreement. The next moment, Qin Changsheng waved his hand, and concubine Murong, Gu Qingxiu, and the saint of Dongxiu, Sidu Jingxiang, were sent to the Zhangkong ring one after another then. Qin Changshen was stunned. Because the system prompt message actually sounded directly. Diddy, congratulations to the Holy Master for plundering the saint of Dongxiu. Sidu Jingxiang succeeded. The rewards are being calculated. Diddy, congratulations to the Holy Lord, Dongxiu Saint Sidu Jingxiang, whose realm is the first level of the Danyuan realm. After 10 times the gain, she will give back to the Holy Lord. Diddy, congratulations to the Holy Lord, Sidu Jingxiang, the Holy Lady of the Cave, possesses the innate seven-orifaced exquisite spiritual body. After 10 times the gain, she will give back to the Holy Lord. Diddy, congratulations to the Holy Master, the combat skills of Dongxiu Saint Sidu Jingxiang are, 8th level combat skills, Dongxiu Tianyi sword technique, peak, 8th level combat skills, Lingzi finger, peak, 8th level combat skills technique, wandering in the clouds, peak. After 10 times the gain, give back to the Holy Lord. Time and space solidified, and Qin Changshen's body had changed again. It's just, the change this time is not too obvious. Neither Qin Changshen's physique nor his cultivation level has been directly improved, but he has added a super-grade combat skill reincarnation sword technique to his combat skills. After thinking about it for a moment, Qin Changshen understood. It should be because his physique and realm have reached a certain critical point. Although he has increased his experience, it is not enough to advance, it is just accumulated somewhere. If there is another little saint, she should be almost able to advance. And the further behind you are, the more experience you need, the little saint. Of course, this is also related to the saint's own cultivation qualifications. If what Qin Changshen is plundering now is Yesuxin, who is at the 8th level of the Danyuan realm. After giving back 10 times, he will probably be promoted to 2 or 3 levels in succession. However, none of this matters. The appearance of the system prompt information this time is what makes Qin Changshen happiest. It turns out, if you get the saint into your Zhangkong ring, you will be judged as a successful plunder. In this way, the speed of gaining experience by yourself will be faster. This Zhangkong ring is really worth buying. Mr. Changshen, you're done. The surrounding time and space returned to normal, and the voice of Holy Lord Dongxiu came. No one felt anything strange. Only Qin Changshen himself knew his changes. It's okay, just kidding. Qin Changshen waved his hand, walked through the air, and walked into the crystal portal step by step. Hundreds of thousands of eyes were all staring at him. This guy actually dared to go in. So unafraid of death. Except for Yesuxin, the saint of Loxia, everyone else would probably have thoughts of robbing him when they saw him. For a moment, everyone looked at Qin Changshen with very complicated eyes, as if they were looking at him to die. As for the sect masters of the sect's Holy Land, countless people had sneers on their faces. Especially the Holy Master of Xiantian Holy Land. Looking at Qin Changshen was like looking at a dead man with a bunch of golden treasures hanging on his body. Xiantian sword, what if I let you hold it for a while? In the end, it must belong to my Xiantian Holy Land. He was very confident that no matter who killed the Holy Sun King Yun, no one would dare to take that sword. In the midst of everyone's attention, Qin Changshen stepped into the crystal portal. Then, Qin Changshen's attributes also appeared above the portal. But the moment everyone saw that attribute, the expressions on their faces froze instantly. Their movements and breathing couldn't help but stop. Including the sect masters of the major sects' holy places, the expressions on their faces are also more exciting than the last. Because the attributes displayed on them are, bone age, 19. Cultivation, Qi Si Realm 2 Heavens. At 7 o'clock in the morning, the third update was delivered. Please customize and order in full. Seeking all support and motivation. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 93. Chi-Si Realm 2 Heavens. I read that right. Impossible, absolutely impossible. How could that Holy Son King Yun be at the second level of Chi-Si Realm? Holy Lord King Yun is the first level of Chi-Si Realm. What's even more impossible is the age of that Holy Son King Yun. How could he be 19? That's right, isn't Holy Son King Yun already 25 or 6? The bone age test can't make mistakes, then the ones who make mistakes must be people. That guy is not the Holy Son of King Yun. If it's not the Holy Son King Yun, who is that person? Don't worry about anyone, no matter who he is, the 19-year-old Chi-Si Realm Dual Heaven is too defiant. Yes, in the entire Gilded Realm, the one with the highest level of cultivation among the younger generation is the Saint of Loxia, who devotes herself to hard cultivation and is only 22 years old at the 8th level of the Danyuan realm. This guy is 19 years old, at the second level of the Chi-Si realm. Who is this guy? Looking at the attribute information on the crystal portal, the people in the entire central area were all boiling. Including the sect masters of the major sects' holy places, several of them stood up suddenly at this time. However, the thoughts in most people's minds are, that this guy's age and cultivation level are so outrageous. And the thoughts in the minds of these sect masters and holy masters are, bad. This lunatic is in the Chi-Si realm. Those saints and saints inside, what should I do? But no one knows this guy's true cultivation. If he starts to attack, why don't he hang him up and beat him? Only now did everyone suddenly understand what Qin Changsheng said just now. That's it. I'm afraid that if I went in first, you wouldn't dare to go in. No wonder this guy went in last. If he had been exposed earlier, there are really many saints and saints who would not dare to go in. But now it's too late to say anything. In the imperial city of the Gilded Realm, an old man wearing a black robe with white hair and beard suddenly stood up. 19 years old, at the second level of Chi-Si realm. This, where did this kid come from? Then, the old man's cloudy eyes gradually became brighter. Small thousand worlds, in the Liulai Immortal Mansion. After Qin Changsheng entered the crystal portal, he was sent directly to a dense forest. With a move of his hand, Qin Changsheng sent 3 saints out of the Zhangkong ring. At this time, the adult little lowly also had the mark of the system on her body. Qin Changsheng could find her with just a thought. Wow, the spiritual energy here is so abundant. Young master, is this the Linglong Immortal Mansion? I feel like I want to break through. As soon as the 3 girls came out, they looked around curiously. And Gu Qingxiu said directly, she wanted to make a breakthrough. What a breakthrough! Find a place to break through. Qin Changsheng likes things that give him experience the most. Good. Gu Qingxiu nodded slightly and agreed, then found a place beside a big tree and began to do the exercises cross-legged. The aura here is really abundant. It's the same no matter where you break through. Young master, then what should we do now? Are you going to start looking for those saints to start robbing? I just remembered that there were 16 saints in total who entered before us. Concubine Murong said with joy. But I just tried it, and my field can't be released. This is a bit interesting. First, walk around to understand the situation, and be careful. Qin Changsheng ordered. And the Dongxiu saint on the side, had a look of confusion on her lovely face. Find those saints? Start grabbing. Young Master Changsheng, what are you going to do? Situ Jingxiang asked weakly. Grab all those saintly girls and make them maids for our young master, doing laundry, cooking, warming beds, rubbing feet, etc., haha. By the way, you've been robbed now. Concubine Murong joked. Ah. You want to rob the saint? And all the saints? I, I have been robbed and become young Master Changshen's little maid. Oops, I'm not mentally prepared yet. Situ Jingxiang was obviously really flustered and looked at a loss. It doesn't matter whether you are prepared or not, you will get used to it over time. And all you have to do is to be obedient and help the young master rob other people. Otherwise, the young master will punish you severely. Concubine Murong continued jokingly. Ah, punishment. Don't, I'm most afraid of punishment. Forget it, just be a maid. Anyway, you are just like me, so what do I have to be afraid of? Situ Jingxiang shook her little head and accepted the reality directly. This made Qin Changshen, all those watching were dumbfounded. Is this okay? He was originally thinking about what to do with this adult little loli. After all, Holy Lord Dongxiu has expressed that he wants to follow him. Moreover, this grown-up little loli has also had a good relationship with the two girls in the past 2 days. Unexpectedly, after being frightened and coaxed by concubine Murong, she actually won it just like that. Young master. Situ Jingxiang looked pretty and called Qin Changshen just like concubine Murong. Qin Changshen nodded, and then took the two girls and began to wander around. And in the outside world, it has exploded again. Because of Qin Changshen's heaven-defying attributes, countless people were paying attention the moment he came in. Then, everyone heard that conversation. The number of saints, what he and the fairy Killian just said to write down was the number of saints. Start grabbing? What on earth is this guy going to do? He's going to steal all the girls and make them maids. Do you also wash, cook, warm the bed and massage your feet? Go crazy. Saint King Yun, Fairy Killian, are they all his little maids? Let me just say, the relationship between the three of them is not normal. So, he also snatched these two saints? Oh my god, what on earth did this guy do? Saint Dongxiu was being coerced like this. Various voices of discussion continued to echo in various areas. Everyone's mood was very complicated. But they had no choice but to watch. And just when everyone's minds were in chaos. Holy Lord King Yun, dressed in a green robe, came to the eastern region from behind. Sorry fellow Taoists, I made a small breakthrough and came a little late. Holy Lord King Yun greeted Holy Lord Loxia and others with a spring breeze on his face. Holy Lord King Yun, take a look at that person, is he the Holy Son King Yun? Holy Lord Loxia asked directly to Holy Lord King Yun, and marked Qin Changshen in Liulai Immortal Mansion. Of course not, I don't know this person at all. Wait a minute, how come King Xiu is with him, in such an intimate state? Holy Lord King Yun's face began to change. Then, Holy Lord Loxia told Holy Lord King Yun everything that happened yesterday and today. The face of Holy Lord King Yun was already gloomy and unbelievable. The fourth update, please customize and order in full.